Hi everyone. In today's video, we'll discuss an important topic for academics, and that topic is, can there be more than one lead author in a journal paper? So, yesterday I was just discussing it with my students, and I thought I should discuss it with you guys as well. So, the answer to this question is, can there be more than one lead author or one main author in a journal paper? So first let's understand what is a main author. Alright, so you may have one author, two author, three, four, 10 authors in a paper, and the sequence of authorship is directly proportional to the contribution that you make in a journal paper. So the more you contribute, of course, the more the chances of you becoming the lead author or the main author of a journal paper. For PhD students, ideally, if you are going to be including any journal paper or even a conference paper in your final thesis, then you should be the main contributor, ideally. If you are not contributing most in a paper and you are not the lead author, I advise you to include that paper in an appendix, but not necessarily in the thesis. Ideally, most of the universities want their research students to be the lead author in any paper or conferences they want to include in the thesis. Okay, that is one point. The other point is, if you are not a research student, if you are an academic and you are trying to determine if there can be more than one lead author or main author in a paper or not, the answer is yes, of course. So like I said, the sequence of authorship is directly proportional to the contribution you make. So if you as the author realize that you are making the most contribution or you are making equal contribution as that of the main author or who's proposing himself or herself to be the main author, then you have the right to ask for your name to be mentioned as the lead author. Now this has to be cleared with the journal as well, the journal in which you are publishing. Now most of the journals have their own requirements. I cannot comment on all journals, but I also know that most of the journals will also accept more than one lead author if you mention it to the editor at the very beginning, and the editor will include your name and the other person's name in the journal paper as lead authors. Sometimes it is written as a main author, sometimes they mention it through a number which is put next to your name to show that both of you are main authors. Of course, someone's name has to come in front, someone's name has to be leading. When people cite the paper, one of the names only can come up as the front name. Now sometimes the editor does it alphabetically, or sometimes you amongst the two main authors or two or more main authors have to decide whose name you want to come first. Even though all of you are the main authors, you have to accept that someone's name has to come up in the front for the citations, or all two or three names can be included in the citation. Again, comes down to the journal, the editor, and what they decide after a discussion with you. But yes, it is possible for a journal paper to have more than one main author. Clear it with the journal, mention it to them at the very beginning so that the editor is also very clear, and how they mention it in terms of citation is also between the editor and you as the author. Sometimes you may say that I want to be acknowledged as the main author, although it doesn't matter whose name comes up first, or the editor will make arrangements so that all the two or three names come up as the main author when it is being cited, so that it shows up in your citations, Google Scholar citations, as that. Alright, so to sum it up, have a chat with the journal before you submit the paper. Also have a chat with your co-authors and keep the expectations very clear. Make sure that everybody's expectations are very clear. That is why normally if you are the main author and you want other authors to be part of your paper, you make it very clear to them as to what kind of contribution you want from each of them. If you want a major contribution which is equal to your contribution, then of course you have to acknowledge them as the main author. But if you make the expectations very clear regarding the contributions you want each author to make, then of course it will be easier for you to then manage the authorship agreement when the time comes for you to publish that paper. So let me know guys what you thought about this video, and whether you have any comments or feedback, something that we can learn from each other. That is the whole idea of this channel. Thank you for watching, and good luck with everything that you're doing. Bye for now.